they're the ones that are transmitting on 2 meters. This one, I'm going to hide after everything kind of goes out, because this will be a good real-life scenario where the transmitters are going beep, 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 beep constantly, so they're going to be easy to find. But what I'm going to do with this one is set this radio to just put out burst communication, so 2 short bursts every 30 seconds or so, which I feel like is a good real-life scenario, especially if people interfere with repeaters and they go boop, 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 boop. And added bonus, if somebody has APRS, then you'll really find this really quickly, because this has a GPS and it advertises its location. So if you do have an APRS radio and know how to use it, then you have an added bonus, but try to challenge yourself to try to find it, because a burst communication is a lot harder to RDF than something that's going to go boop, 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 boop for 30
Yeah, very little time to get a direction.
So that's what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to hide this somewhere after we get everyone done. But I think, given the turnout and levels of experience, I'll break everyone out into teams. So somebody will be the official clipboard holder, which really serves no purpose, but
I can do that.
But
if you want me to be your clip holder,
if you run into somebody from members of the public, that's why they're like, what are you doing? And then, because people don't retain information, you can give them one of these nice little cards, but make sure that you give them the card that doesn't have the other frequencies on it. So otherwise it'll be hard for you to find those, but no big deal. You could easily ask frequencies. So that's the general plan, and then
do we have a TAC frequency or no?
Yeah, so we'll use 146.565 as the general TAC, and then if anyone needs to shift off to 146.58. So fairly easy. It was in the email that I sent out, and sent the reminder out, but
that's what I put in here. So
Charles ahead of the game. So, but
because I can't do it in the field, I got to do it from the computer. I can never program these damn things.
Yeah, they used to be a lot easier to program.
Yeah.
146.565.
Yep. Are you really writing on your hand? I give you paper. I have pens. I have all the accoutrements.
I can't lose my hand.
You have those antennas. So if you go vertical, Brad, you should put the meter almost all the way.
I have it on extra low, so.
Oh, that's why. I was thinking.
And then there's horizontal.
Yeah. So it's like a big difference. So.
The frequency that you're listening to, and you can increase or decrease how much mix you have in it. So it's a real simple analog device, and it decreases the amount of sensitivity that your radio has, so you can get right up on top of things. Just don't transmit through one of these, because then it turns into nasty. It just goes boom. So, yeah, little analog device, nothing fancy, simple.
That sound will be in your dreams for the next few days.
Like you've been visited by aliens.
What this basically does is it samples very, very quickly the signals that are received between both antennas. And so when you aim it at a signal, it's called in phase. So I'm tuned to the weather channel right now. You hear the tone? That means I'm not in phase. And then as I move it, where we know where that is, and so I can tone it out. And the nice thing with this is that if there's multiple signals on the same frequency, so if somebody transmitted with their handheld and we were on the same frequency of something, I would know that that station is out of phase, which means it's coming from a different direction. And so this, compared to like the offset attenuator that Brad mentioned, or with these, this basically doesn't use any of that. It's just looking for how the signal is received in either antenna, so you can get really, really close to things. The only negative with this is that the signal could be coming from the front or the back. So you'd ideally want to go from, like, say, like one part of the parking lot and then go to the other, and then you kind of could tell, like, all right, it seems like it's coming from that direction by doing basic triangulation, and then as you get closer, you know, it's just really easy, you know, as long as you don't hear the tone, you know where it's going. So probably shouldn't use this as a test, because then we're going to know which direction it is.
So So when you hear the tone, that means
that they're out of phase. So when you don't hear the tone, that's where it's aimed. So I'm not telling you which frequency that I'm on, which is the Fox transmitter, but if somebody had one of these, which is a nice little project that you can build, it's like $50 a kit.
so when you hear the tone,
That means that, like for example, the signal is reaching this antenna at a different time than this one. So like let's say if CJ was the transmitter.
so if they're like if it's here, so that the antennas are receiving it at the same time, you have no tone.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
I got it now.
if CJ was the transmitter, we would hear no tone, and if I went like this, you would hear the tone. And since it's not transmitting right now, you don't hear it, and you can hear how the tone varies. So it's a pretty elegant tool. You can vary the tone for a couple different reasons. So it's not that expensive to get into fancy little gadgets from RDF. The little field meter that Dave has was what, like $25?
They're not super expensive, made by Shortcom. And they've got an antenna. They've got a.
So, you know, lots of things that you could buy, you could build. This is a kit, so it's kind of a combination of both. You could do what I did and make my own super, like, you know, nuclear-proof field strength meter because it's fully shielded. You can make tape measure antennas. So here's a variant that won it last year. Good morning.
It's good.
Paul, KD2IWC.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody.
Morning.
So here's one tape measure with only 2 elements. You'll notice that there's less space between the two compared to this one. This projects more of the signal towards the front, and it's a lot easier to walk around with this in the woods. Last time that we did this, Paul, I'm trying to think who you were with Paul, right?
Yeah.
And for you, like you.
So yeah, you guys went off and it was like this was like the winning antenna, and then you have this larger design. And the nice thing with these is not only can you use these for direction fox hunting, you could also just use it as a nice easy antenna when you need a little bit more gain and you're somewhere. So it serves a dual purpose. Or like the revision 1 that Dave has, you know, you could easily, you know, go into like ninja warrior mode with it and take out your enemies. So there's lots of
Billy Wabbit.
We're gonna find him and the fox too. So people are splitting up into teams here, and we're gonna go find some fox hunt transmitters.
Disco pop.
Something. Alright. So what we're gonna do. Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's see here.
All right, so Dave, you're on 146.565.
No,
Then you're going to go to the next one. So you guys collectively on 146.565.
Oh,
So that's the one that you're going to find
The
first.
one with the big numbers.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah, by the nice little mascot. And then these guys are on 4.8 and they're on 4.2. And then, you know, once you find the first one, you know, then, you know, you'll let us know. And then, you know, then we'll move to the next one. And we'll see who can get to the first one first, and then get to the second one. And I think by the time we get to all 3, it should be just about time for lunch.
I'm ready for lunch now, but I'll have to wait.
Nice.
So here's our little special goodie. We have the offset at 10 way.
so let's go.
So you got a direction going that way?
Yeah.
All right.
It's somewhere up by the field.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
We're doing it. Bye. Onward. Good luck, guys.
Later, gentlemen.
When we win, we'll let you know.
Shortcut there?
It is a shortcut.
Damn, I should have brought some pickle cola.
Just rosemary oil, that's all you need.
Deet.
Well, I mean, you know,
120%.
if you want to die with the ticks, sure.
Ticks will be dead, though.
Double-sided tape.
You know, I'm reading with this anymore. And then we're going to hopefully have a good direction. That's the way I'm going to go with it. We could go with a triangulation method as well if we can't find it that way.
All right.
But
So is that like just a 2-meter beam?
basically, yeah. Should be in that general direction. Let's see
So
what.
do you have like 2 elements broadcasting or receiving and 1 parasitic?
Hold on.
No, one's a director and one's a reflector,
Okay.
and one's a driven element.
Middle is driven.
Yeah, see how the connector's on it, and then the other two they're just isolated.
So it's
And the
called
front
a
one's a
hairpin
little
match.
shorter, and the back one's a little longer.
Reflector is longer, and the guy.
Yep, reflector's longer and director is shorter.
Shorter.
Yep. And there's a
By a
formula for
specific
that.
amount or just
Yes,
snip and cut?
there's a formula for it. I forget the
Size and
formula.
distance between.
Spacing between the reflectors, the wavelength you're working with, number of reflectors, there's a bunch of factors there. But the ARL antenna book has a whole formula. It's not too hard to calculate, it just takes a little
See, I
time.
told you that was a shortcut, but no. There are tricks in there.
You sure you don't want to join another team?
By the time I'm done with you.
There's so many trees and things around here, but it's up in this area. I think, and I don't know for certain, that he may have this horizontally polarized just to mess with us.
Oh, can you figure it out just by...
Yep.
Yep.
Can.
If I remember correctly, horizontal versus vertical, if you're off polarization, it's like 45 dB shift,
It's a
like that.
good amount, yeah. Trying to keep it pointed at the ground so when we get closer it'll...
Yeah, really light you up.
Yeah. Now this antenna, that direction. So I'm guessing it's probably across the pond. This antenna is supposed to have a very deep null towards the rear, off the back end, so to speak. And you can use that
Yeah, when you get close.
when you get close. But
You're only going to pick it up.
But, dot,
I
dot,
mean, you'll
dot.
pick it up so little on the back end, you thought.
right, you can see where
Right,
it's not.
you'll be able to see a dip, basically.
And instead of looking for the signal, you're looking for where the signal isn't.
Yeah. Null versus peak kind of mentality.
Now I'm going to be hearing that tone in my sleep.
Yep.
That guy's fishing rod. Knew it.
That's the transmitter. Those guys are just decoys.
Actually, that would be a good way to do it.
That would. Keep it in their fishing bag. You're walking by the
walk
guy
around
back
the
and
pond.
forth.
While everybody's trying to
Yeah.
hunt down the fox.
Let's do one here. Hold on, Paul.
Packet. Picking up a different,
No.
or are they running packet bars too?
Across that way?
Trying to get to the trails are on the indicator here. And right now it's indicating that we're off the trails. And it is coming from that direction. So somewhere over in here. Look, my accuracy's low.
That'll happen.
Google.
It's Google's fault.
Alright. Let's follow this trail to wherever it goes, and then we'll go from there. Now that Paul has basically all the equipment. Yeah? Conveniently, the trail goes that way.
Do you think he cheated and used the trail?
How's the signal strength going?
I guess 10. If I'm reading the meter correctly.
Okay. Well, you can crank up the offset.
We've been pointing this way for a while now. It's sort of right there.
So maybe it's on this ridge in here, huh?
Could be. Seem disturbed.
Oh, yeah.
See it?
Yep.
Manny, for a minute.
But of course.
Let you play with that for a minute. You're going to be doing a lot of editing, CJ.
I'm going to have to cut a lot of video.
Come on.
And you're off 10 kc from the frequency, right?
No, I'm on frequency right now.
Oh.
It's definitely that way.
Right.
Alright, whoever's monitoring 146565, who is on this frequency and who is looking for a hidden transmitter on this frequency, please call now. This is K2GOG.
KD2IN.
Roger. Okay, you guys are on 565. Hopefully you're making good progress. I don't see you from where I am, so that means that you may be in the right direction. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go check in with some others.
Do you have a maximum trail proximity?
No more than 6 to 10 feet from the edge of the trail.
Oh, wow.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. QSL, KD2IN, we'll be clear.
I saw the meter deflect. World has turned. I wanted to go cross country. Now
Yeah, what happened to your adventure sense there, Paul?
Here's my thought. If we can find a transmitter, then we're full scale 10 kilohertz off.
Okay.
And we're getting about 2 bars on the third harmonic. So
And we're over 10 feet off the trail.
let's get back around the trail, I guess. It's gotta be pretty darn close.
Yeah, look at these little piles of brush and leaves here, maybe.
Well, there's what I'm thinking is once we get to what, we were 15 kc off.
Yeah, then you're getting on top of it.
So we're still going to need to be able to hear it, so we know when it's transmitting. So monitor.
not yet.
Give me a few minutes.
He's getting close to the daydream state.
Ah, yes. guess we're not that close if he's not picking up without the antenna, huh?
Not very strong as far as the signal reception goes. Look at that.
Got a tick.
1, 2. No, it's a fly. I definitely got a tick on me. Alright, so this is not helping yet. Switching back over. Is there another trail that went up the top of that? You're gonna read it.
Yep, reading.
Well, if you're gonna read it, you gotta move it. You gotta run the antenna.
Oh, I was going to let you just point back and forth and...
Well,
watch
okay,
the
we can do both. So,
You're going to wait.
oop, also,
Oh, there it is.
gone forever. There, right in there. Got it. Let's come around the screen real quick and get a better sweep. Come with me. Follow me. Come with me. You gotta come further. Come closer, sir.
You don't need to be standing there.
What?
You don't need to be standing there.
Well, you're not supposed to help us.
Try not to prevent you from getting tickled.
We're already
Go
covered
back
in
to the
ticks.
path and see.
A fun learning experience.
Yeah, it's not like it's not you.
Well,
So K2GOG tells us we're pretty darn close to it. So
You're within 6.5 feet where Paul is standing right now. There's the decoy. I could see it. I could see the decoy. And if you know what a rat snake looks like, think of it like a baby rat snake.
Like that thing right there?
No.
Okay.
But CJ's aimed in the right direction. But that's the decoy. That's the decoy. The other one is the real one. You should be getting a reading probably pretty. You getting a reading on that?
I'd be happy just to see the damn
Wait
decoy.
for the beeping to go up.
well, I'm off frequency. Hold on. There you go. Here's the beacon.
You are so close, but don't poke your eye out.
Ah,
That's the decoy.
got our decoy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's amazing how hard it is to see stuff.
I'm seeing something that way.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know that.
It's gotta be behind. Yeah, I see it already. Underneath that. It's underneath that stump.
Don't give it away.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Alright, now I gotta get the,
So there it is.
You don't know how far it took us to get over here.
We were on it.
It's well hidden. Yeah, go ahead.
Show us that reading here for the camera. Yeah, full scale. Yeah,
so
transmitter
you
shut
see how
off.
close you gotta be with